Hi, everybody. I am so excited today. I hope you are too, because today is going to be an exceptional twist. It's all about tradition, it's all about my sister's traditional wedding. Now, if you want to know how or what happened during this traditional wedding, or if you're intending to get married to a lady from the grass field or precisely from Bangulab, then pull your chairs and let's do this as a family. So I'm so excited. I just couldn't keep this to myself because it was an amazing moment with family. It was a beautiful moment with family, and I just had to share it with you. I'm just bringing you raw footage of what happened. So I might skip some parts because my family is involved and it's a bit sensitive. I do not want to, put my family out there in the public. But yeah, this is what happened. So it all started with us traveling to the village. We all had to go to the village because that's where the traditional wedding had to take place, right? Usually it takes place at the family compound. Then we went shopping. We needed to buy some stuff to get ourselves ready for that day. Right, we got some spices, some peppers, some plantain because plantain is actually the main dish that the groom is supposed to present to the bride's family before she could be handed to him. All right, it's a pot of plantain. So we got our beautiful fingers of plantain, and I am here taking them off the bunch. We're going to be peeling it. I'm here with my siblings, with my cousins. We are all doing this together, but I was the one, taking this off. Now, I said something earlier. A pot of plantain should be presented to the bride's family by the groom's family. All right. Now, my sister is actually from the Grassfield, and the husband is from the coastal region. So we have different um, cultures. We look at things differently. So the groom's family would not really know how to prepare this dish because they are from a different region. And in that case, I had to do this. But everything is provided by the groom. Everything that concerns this pot of plantain is supposed to be provided by the groom's family. But I was just doing this because the groom's family couldn't, give us the best of it, right? Because it's supposed to be the best. Otherwise, the bride won't be handed to the groom. She won't be handed to the groom. So here we are. I'm just applying some palm oil on my hands and, we're here peeling our plantains. My cousins are there, my nieces, and we are all there as a big family doing this thing together. It was a beautiful moment. It was a bonding moment. I enjoyed it. It was so beautiful, honestly. All right. So yeah, we went on peeling our plantain beautifully. Now, once you peel the plantain, you do not need to scrape it. You do not scrape the plantain. So this is our pot of plantain. We're gonna go ahead and wash it. So you could see the plantain stains on my hands. I had to add some more oil because I don't want that to stick on my hands. Now we're gonna peel plantains. It needs to be a large pot of plantain. I mean an extra large pot of plantain. Extra large pot of plantain. Otherwise, the family of the bride is going to reject this pot of plantain, and your wife to be won't be handed over to you. All right. So the aunties always double check the pot of plantain and making sure that every detail was respected. So to add to this pot of plantain is some goat meat. Only goat meat should be added to this pot of plantain. If you want to buy a cow or tiger, I mean, whatever animal you want to buy, that's up to you. But what the tradition demands is goat meat. And this goat should be cut into four. I mean, should I say five pieces? Because the head and the other parts will be cut in four. Just four extra large chunks. Right. So you can see us washing. My nephew was the one washing the goat meat, and we're trying to put the head together because we had to cut open the head to really wash it thoroughly. Like I said earlier, we do not use any other protein, any other meat. It should be good meat when it comes to the Bangulab tradition. Now, other traditions use pork, but the Bangulabs or the Bangantes require goat meat. I repeat, goat meat. Now, even if you being a cow is more expensive than goat, right? If you cook it with cow meat, even if you cook it with two cows, it's going to be rejected because you do not respect tradition. So yes, that's the Bangante or the Bangla tradition. My nephew was here doing his thing, washing the goat meat with my sister. They made sure it was thoroughly washed. And as you can see here, everything is clean. The meat is nicely washed. She ended up washing it with some salt. So yeah, and my two sisters are here struggling to get rid of the plantain stains on their hands. It wasn't easy, you know. So yeah, at the other end, I had one of my sisters prepping the green spices because we are going to be using our green seasoning. So she was here doing the cleaning at the back of the house. Yeah. All right. So we're all in the village doing this thing together as family. I was just double checking what she's done already. So here you can see our green spices with some onions. We added some garlic, ginger, and everything. I could not really, take a footage of everything because we're all busy. Now it's about time to start cooking. And here we are trying to set the fireside. For those who know, they know this is the village. This is Africa. I don't know how other people, function, but firewood, fireside, it's the main deal. It gives you that natural smoky flavor you want to find in your dishes. It gives that extra aroma you need in your traditional dishes. So here I am struggling to, light my fire. So we use some old shopping bags or plastic bags to light our fire. Now, while our firewood is catching fire, let's go on to the next step. And yeah, we're going to be using some palm oil and detergent. We're going to mix palm oil and detergent. You can see me and my sister doing this together. It was all about teamwork. We're using palm oil and detergent to apply on the back of our pot. So I'm just mixing everything nicely and then I'll go ahead and apply on the back of the pot. Now I'm going to tell you why. This is odd. Now you're going to know why we are doing this somewhere towards the end of the cooking. All right. So we're going to use it. Since we are applying, we're going to put our pot directly on the fire, and firewood usually darkens the back of the pot. That's why we are applying that. I ended up telling you guys why. So yes, our fire is burning nicely and we are about to start cooking. Now place your pot on fire, add in some palm oil. Now heat up your oil for a few minutes. You do not want to bleach your oil, so you have to just heat it for a few minutes. Once your oil is hot, add in some salt and then start frying your meat. We're going to fry our meat or add our meat into oil for a few minutes. This will help our meat put the meat together. So because the cooking is going to take a very long process. So no matter how well cooked the meat is, it won't shred in the pot. Right? Your meat won't shred in the pot. So you're seeing us frying our very, very, very big chunks of goat meat. So they were actually cut in four. So four parts, four equal parts, I would say. All right. Now, once you stir fry your meat, just flip the sides, and when you feel that it's a bit golden brown, then you can take it off the heat. So you can see the goat is just saying hello. All right. So yeah. Now we're flipping our meat. Just flip the meat and let the other side cook. Now, once that is done, go ahead and take it off and put the next one. That's what we actually did. So, friends, my team is here saying a quick hello. This is my cousin who usually does my smoked beef. And here is my nephew, the man behind the goat meat. He was in charge of washing the goat meat thoroughly. And I have here my cousin, my siblings. It was merrymaking. It was a happy day, a happy moment, talking together, telling stories, eating, laughing. it was just fun. And then smoke was dealing with us. Guys, smoke was dealing with us. It wasn't easy. All right. It was a very windy day, so all the smoke was being pushed back into the kitchen by the wind. Yeah. For some reason it was very, very windy. All right, so our meat is ready and we have to take it out. It's time to take it off and put the second batch. So here we go. Here we go. It was just a beautiful moment. You can see how big that chunk is. This is one leg or one quarter of the goat meat. We're going to do the next one. All right. So here we are adding the second one. Okay. So friends, our second batch is cooking nicely, but now we needed to light a second fireside for frying. We needed to fry some chicken. So my sister was in charge of that department and we needed to take some fire or some charcoal, already burning charcoal from the main fireside to light the new one. That is why you see us taking off the pot and, doing what we had to do, right? So yes, and here we are. Our chicken is cooking nicely. We are steaming the chicken first. I had seasoned this chicken a long time ago. I had seasoned it like days before and you know um, refrigerated it. So in the same pot and the same oil we used to fry our goat meat, we just added some sliced onions. Now stir fry your onions until golden brown and then you can start adding your plantains. Now we are adding the plantain whole. We're not slicing it. Look at this lady. That's my sister actually. She was asking for one or two fingers of plantain because she wanted to start roasting them. And I was like, no, madam, I am not giving you any plantains. She went straight ahead to grab some from the pot. And that is the beauty. That is the beauty of cooking together, cooking as a family, cooking as a team. That is what brings us together. Now, once you've added all your plantain in the pot, add some water, add enough water, add enough water because this is going to cook for hours. I say for hours. So add in some salt and then cover your pot. While our plantain was cooking, we went ahead to roast some corn, roast plantain, roasted some plums, or I don't know how others call it, but we roasted some plums, plantain, corn. We shared it together. Some people were in the house doing other things, so we will roast and send some indoors. I mean, this is the beauty of culture. This is the beauty of tradition, and this is the beauty sitting by the fireside. There is a lot of sharing, a lot of merrymaking, a lot of happiness. You know, so you can see me here enjoying some hot plum. It was very cold. It was a very cold and windy evening. It was evening already, and there I am eating some roasted sweet corn. But I had to share it so you can see that beauty, the love, sharing together. It's just family. It was bonding time, taking from this hand, giving from this end. And, it was all about sharing, working together as a team and sharing love. It was all about love and happiness. Yeah. Now, this also brought us some sad memories because while we were roasting the plantains, we had to recall. We went down memory lane because this used to be my dad's favorite moments during cold evenings. He would always sit by the fireside and roast some plantain with my mom, and he would always call us, and we will share and eat together by the fireside. So there I am doing what I know how to do. I mean, a village girl remains a village girl. Once a village girl, forever a village girl. All right. So, yeah, our pot is cooking nicely. I forgot to show you when we're adding some scotch bonnet pepper. So, we added a lot of scotch bonnet pepper in the pot, and you can see how the color is beginning to give. I mean, the aroma was everywhere. And then, now back to our pot of plantain, back to our roasted plantain. I'm sorry. So we had to enjoy this with palm oil, just palm oil, salt, and some pepper. Crush that thing and enjoy. This is the beauty of simplicity. It is so simple, but it's so, so delicious. If you've never tried roasted plantain with palm oil, Then you've been missing a lot. Just get yourself some and give yourself a beautiful treat. Now back to our pot of plantain, we are adding our blended green seasoning. Now add a good amount of the green seasoning. I won't be giving you the measurement because it was quite a lot. So just add a good amount, give it a beautiful gentle stir, add some love, add enough love, cover and allow it to continue cooking. Now I'm showing you the other fireside where my sister was the chef in charge of frying, so you can see how our chicken is cooking beautifully. Now this chicken was just for unforeseen circumstances. Now we did hire a caterer, but to avoid disappointments we had to make some more chicken and set it aside for, now back to our big extra large pot of plantain, we are adding our good meat. Mmm, that was a tough one, isn't it? So add in your goat meat, add the legs, the head, and cover your pot and let it continue cooking. I'm telling you guys, this cooking process takes hours. It has to cook overnight. Yeah. So here we are adding the head and the legs and everything. Cover and let it continue cooking. As you can see, our pot is not properly closed because it is full up to the brim. So we need to tactically adjust everything in the pot, making sure that everything enters nicely and the pot is properly covered or properly closed. So, and here we are. Everything is okay. Now our pot is nicely closed so we can continue with our cooking process. Now, in a different pot, we have here some entrails. We've got the intestines, the tribes, and all the other stuffs of the goat meat. So we're going to be making some pepper soup. I am here blending or grinding some pepper soup spices. We're going to be making some delicious pepper soup. I told you it was a cold day, a cold evening, and a cold morning. So this pepper soup was going to be used as part of the breakfast in the morning. On a cold morning, drinking some very hot and spicy pepper soup is very interesting. I mean, it's very essential. So you could see me adding some scotch bonnet pepper, and it needs to be spicy and all right. So I'm done grinding my spices, just using my finger to um, do my thing. And then we're back onto our pot of plantain. Looking at the pot of plantain, now it's about time to add the second batch of our green seasoning. So the plantain has been cooking for about, I would say, about 2 hours, thereabout. So we are adding some more green seasoning and we'll allow it to cook again. Like I said earlier, this cooks all night. So I'm also adding some thyme, just adding your thyme and your green seasoning and some bay leaves, and then you cover and let it continue cooking. Right. Now let it cook again for about an hour or so, and then you get to the last stage of seasoning. So we are here at the last stage. We are adding now some green seasoning and some more onions, but at this time our green seasoning are just chopped or sliced green seasoning. Just add them, then add in some vegetable oil. Add your vegetable oil, add some more seasoning, some salt or seasoning cubes if need be, and then cover and let it continue cooking. This was already around, I would say around 1 or 2 a.m. Okay, so you can see it's cooking beautiful. Friends, the whole house, the entire vicinity was smelling wow. It was, this aroma was everywhere. It was everywhere. Let me double check my pepper soup or my goat meat. It's been cooking nicely. I'm adding my blended or my ground pepper soup spices. And now I'm about to mix some puff puff. I have here some water. I added some yeast, and then I'm going to be mixing this puff puff because as the bride's family, we need to receive the groom's family as well. Now they were traveling from their city to our village, and it's a very long distance. It's about 9 hours journey by car. Right. So I'm here making this because they will be arriving early that morning and we will be receiving them with some hot breakfast. Yes. So I am here mixing the puff puff. I have a video where I um I showed you how to make puff puff. So I won't be doing that detailing here. I'm just showing you what happened during my sister's traditional wedding. I'm just carrying you guys along. Okay. So this was a very big batch of puff puff and it required some muscles. Yes. So I had to use a lot of strength, a lot of energy to mix this. Friends, I was already exhausted, but hey, we need to muzzle up. It's our sister's wedding. We need to do this. We are not giving up, are we? We ain't giving up. So once you're done mixing that, just cover and let it sit for about 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. All right. So here we are. It's ready. We're going to set it aside and let it rest. Okay. So while I allowed my puff puff to rest, I had to take care of my little nephew. So he's just 3 years old and was a bit restless thanks to the smoke and the new environment. It was a new environment for him. So I took him to bed, pampered him, and hey, I dozed off. And I woke up to this. I woke up to my dough overflowing the bucket. So remember, I was extremely tired. I had a very, very long day. And yeah, shit happens, isn't it? So now we are about to fry our puff in a large traditional frying pan, just adding some vegetable oil. Heat your oil thoroughly and then start frying your puff puff. So while our oil is heating, this is what our pot of plantain looks like. This is the end result. Like almost all the water had dried up, and now what you have is just oil. So we are just flipping the pot, trying to flip the pot um, a little bit, or you know, but this is almost the end result. It's about 5:30 a.m. in the morning. So I dozed up and I slept for about an hour, 30 minutes. I didn't expect to sleep. I wasn't ready. I wasn't going to bed, but I was just trying to make my baby boy sleep. But what happened happened. Yeah, thanks to him, I had to catch some sleep. I had to catch some rest. So yeah, we are frying our puff puff. Again, we're working as a team. I'm just dipping my puff puff in the hot oil, and my sister would be doing the other part. You're just gonna see I won't be able to manage this alone because again, it's a large quantity, and we need to keep putting some puff puff in the oil. And while you're adding your puff puff in your oil, others are cooking. So yeah, so she was the one. My sister was the one doing the stirring and all. So I was just there to, you know, drop drop the dough in the oil, drop the dough in the oil, and she did the flipping and the taking off or creating more space for me to drop more puff puff. This was also a very beautiful experience, trust me. But hey, I was exhausted to my bones. I had a very long journey. I had a flight of about 9 hours. Then we had to travel for a graduation in one other city. And after a few days, we had to travel to the village, about 9 hours journey again. I didn't have enough time to rest. I mean, I didn't rest at all. So dozing off with my little baby boy was very, very essential. I think I just needed that. Um, God used him to take me to bed because without him being uncomfortable, being restless, and needing me to carry him and pamper him, I would have been in the kitchen all night long without even sitting for a minute. So here you have one of the best puff puffs ever made by me, of course. So yeah, and then on the table here, my auntie was spreading some fresh peanuts. She boiled some fresh granite. This would be part of the breakfast as well. And then we are about to make some pap or akamo as the Nigerians who have it. We're going to use this to accompany the pap that early cold morning. So I'm just here cooking the pap. It's very easy. It's very, very easy. I think I have a video where I cooked some pap. So we just added the mix into some boiling water, give it a good stir, but just make sure you stir that nicely so you do not have lumps. pap is very easy to cook, but very delicate as well. I added some sugar and then give it a good stir. Just add some sugar, add some love. Yes, always remember to add some love. Then we added some lemon grass. Now, lemongrass doesn't only add flavor to your pap, but it's also beneficial. It has lots and lots of health benefits. So we allowed that lemongrass to infuse the pap and everything. It was so delicious. It was so lovely. And it was already about 6 a.m. Our in-laws were already around waiting for us in the main compound. That's my grandfather's compound. Here we have our chicken, already fried chicken, and this little bowl contains all the gizzards. So these gizzards will be served to all the men. In my culture, a lady is not allowed to eat gizzard in the presence of men, especially the elderly men. So this will be served to all the men in the house. So this is me helping my aunt to sort out the peanuts. We're trying to take off the unwanted or the very bad grains, and my auntie wasn't very happy with this. She felt cheated. The quality wasn't what she expected. So yeah, but it was already morning, and um, we had nothing we could do. So yes, this is it. We are sorting it out nicely, just making sure we serve the nice grains to our in-laws. Yeah, they were going to have this as snacks while waiting for the event to commence. And our pot of plantain is ready. So it's morning, it's early morning, it's 6 a.m., and we have to transport this pot of plantain to the groom's family so they can hand it to the bride's family. So let me quickly take you around. This is where we are. The sky is so beautiful. It's a beautiful, fresh, and cold morning. And yeah, so here we are, my little nephew rushing towards me. He just woke up from sleep and he was searching for me everywhere. The moment he saw me, he started running towards me. I love him to the moon and back, trust me. And this is me trying to wash the pot of plantain, the outer side of the pot of plantain, because this has to be presented to the bride's family in the same pot in which it was cooked. That is what tradition demands. So my sister had to take over from here because I was really drained. I was exhausted. I mean, I didn't have enough rest, but she was able to have some rest. So you need to wash it carefully, making sure that nothing gets into the pot. All right, no dirt should get into the pot. So you have to be very careful and tactical when doing this. So you can see how she's doing it nicely and beautifully. She's an expert as well in this. All right, so you can see our pot is getting clean. It's getting clean. It's getting clean. All right, so everything is set, and we are about to carry our beautiful pot of plantain to the bride's family through the groom. We're going to hand it to the groom's family, and they will do the needful. We were just here as helpers. We're just helping them to get this ready, and we are done. Our job is done at this stage. It was a very big and heavy pot. So we were trying to carry the pot, but oh my goodness, it was so heavy. It was so heavy. Look at me. So somebody had to take it over from here as well because I couldn't anymore. I couldn't. So somebody had to help me. All right. And here we are at our grandfather's compound where the traditional wedding proper is going to take place. This is how it was decorated. So, like I said earlier, I won't be sharing the traditional wedding proper because I do not want to put my family out there on social media. But this is how everything was decorated, and you can see I identify with the blue design, the blue design. Yeah, this is my culture, this is my tradition. We call it the ndop. The material is called ndop. It speaks tradition. This is where I belong. This is where I come from. I am a proud Bamileke girl. I'm a proud Bangante girl. And I'm a proud princess from that region. And this is what we speak, the dub. We were also dressed in dub, but mixed with some red. you might spot us somewhere in the video if you're smart, if you're very vigilant. But yeah, this is how everything was decorated. Now, this is how everything started. The groom's family presented some fresh kola nuts to the bride's family. As it is said traditionally, he who brings kola nuts bring peace. So they brought in peace, and our father or the representative was going to, break this kola nut and share to everyone. Everyone is going to eat from this kola nuts brought by our in-laws, including the in-laws themselves. Likewise, the pot of plantain, they are going to eat from it as well. Everyone is going to eat from it. It's going to be shared to everyone, including the guest, including the bride's family, including the groom's family. So it was just a beautiful, lovely event. Uh, I just can't express my joy. I was so happy. So yeah, we came to the end of the celebration. Like, fast forward, here we are. This is the bride and groom about to cut their cake, and hey, the cake was actually made and decorated by the bride herself. Yes, my sister is a baker, so you can also see the design on the cake. It speaks tradition. It's dolled with a big calabash placed on it. For those who know about tradition, African tradition, the calabash means a lot when it comes to a traditional wedding. All right, so they lived happily ever after. Yeah. So after everything, we had to travel back to the city. We had to take our sister. Traditionally, we need to accompany our sister to her husband's house. So again, we had to travel all the way. I mean, we had to cover another 9 hours or more to take her to her husband's house. And there the celebration continued. I mean, we celebrated for 3 days continuously, I think. Yeah. So we have come to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks so much for your support, love, and kindness. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. I love you all.